We're on Lake Te Anau and it's turned out to be a beautiful day. We thought there was going to be rain today, but it'll be tomorrow. So we're going out with Te Anau Cruises with Pete for a beautiful day on the lake. Looking forward to it. Here comes Pete now. He's going to pick us up. So we're on the boat and we're just about to head out. Peter, you're going to show us where we're going on the lake here.
Certainly will, Ron.
So this is Peter from Cruise Te Anau.
Okay, so this is our lake. It's the second largest lake in New Zealand by surface area. We're down in the bottom corner, right down here. And from the south to the north, and it almost runs north and south on the main part, around about 40 kilometres, give or take. It's also the third deepest lake in New Zealand. In the South Fjord, just about here, 417 metres.
Wow.
We're approximately 200 metres above sea level, so the bottom's over 200 below sea level. So if anyone's wanting to have a look at down the bottom, you're most welcome. I do have some concrete blocks you can tie around your legs and I'll throw you over.
But it's not a return trip.
No, but I do ask you bring the blocks back with you. Got three arms on the lake. Now these are quite unique. A lot of people don't know what they are. They're actually what's called inland fjords. It's a matter of interest. Does anyone know what the difference between a fjord and a sound is?
Rivers and
Ocean.
glaciers.
Spot on. You didn't just eat your lunch at school.
No, mate.
You did listen. So, correct. The fjord is a glacial carved valley, and the definition of a fjord, glacial carved valley back filled with water. So it forms in a U shape.
In a V,
steep,
yeah.
In a steep U shape.
Okay. Yeah.
The sound is a V shape, cuts down with a river or stream. These here are quite unique. They're what's called inland freshwater fjords. By that we mean the glacier flowed inland, not out to the coast. Not unusual. The usual part was this part of the lake was here. So when the glaciers retreated, the water flowed back in and formed inland fjords. Now, you've been to Milford, you've been to Doubtful Sound?
Yes.
Okay, just to give you an idea of the scale, Milford Sound would fit inside that part of the South Fjord.
Because that's only about 16 odd k's out to the coast with Milford, isn't it?
So from there to there is about 16k.
So this lake's significantly bigger.
Huge.
And how about Doubtful Sound in
Doubtful
comparison?
Sound, if you left Deep Cove, you would hit the ocean about there on the South Fjord alone.
Right.
So it gives you an idea of the scale.
Yeah.
And
so here there are glowworm caves.
they are. They're just up in here.
Across on that side.
Yeah.
And you were saying earlier you take people up to the start of the
Milford
track, the Milford track, is that?
Just during the off season, before the Great Walk start, and that is right up the top end of the lake, right up there.
Wow.
So we actually leave from Te Anau Downs, which is still in this vessel about 2 hours.
Yeah, quite a hike. Yeah.
And that's the actual start
That's the
of
start
the
of the
Milford
Milford
track.
track. That's where the Glade House is, right there on the bend, and then McKinnon Pass, and then Milford Sound's over here.
Right. So what are we going to do today, Pete?
So today we're going to start from here. We'll head out round what we call Blue Gum Point, and you'll see because of all the blue gums on the corner. We'll head up the main part of the lake. We'll go around the back of these islands and we'll cross over, and then we'll get in close to this side and see what we can find. Probably getting to about here, coming back round, and then we'll stop for a little walk in the bush, see if we can find the other lakes.
That sounds beautiful.
And
How long does your cruises? You have different types of cruises?
this one is our Discovery cruise. We're not hard and fast on times, 3 hours plus, depending on how much we like each other on the boat.
Depending on the day.
Yep. So if people are enjoying themselves, it might be 3 hours, 20 minutes, it might be 3 hours, it just depends.
It just depends.
Yeah,
And depending on weather too.
Depending on the weather. So we're not hard and fast on it, and our motto is, we arrive as strangers and depart as friends.
Friends. That
Yeah.
sounds lovely.
Now, Pete's also got a bit of a special for all the motorhome association people. You're doing, what, 20% off?
We're actually doing
Members.
we're doing a dollar figure off, Bruce. We're doing $15 off our normal Discovery
$15
cruise.
off, okay.
So it's $105 normally for adults, and we're doing it for $90 for the Motorhome Association. If you mention the New Zealand Today magazine and or tell us you're a NZToday-RV member.
Oh, that sounds great.
And you've got to book direct.
Got to book in advance and book direct with you, not through an agency.
Not through an agent, no.
Yeah,
Right.
give Pete a call directly. What's your
phone
phone
number, Pete? What?
They can get me on either phone number. They all come through to my cell phone. So we've got their local number is 03 249 8005. Or the cell phone, you can text or phone, is 0274 325 029.
Fantastic. Well, I say...
And the website's easy.
Let's go Cruise Te Anau.
And that's our website, www.cruiseteanau.co.nz.
Fantastic. Let's get out on that water.
Righto.
Helicopter there ready to take off. They've got the seaplane here as well. There's fantastic tours you can do aerially. You can be taken by helicopter up to the top of one of the walks and you can hike back down. Te Anau is like the base camp for Fiordland. This is where you should base yourself to explore the whole Te Anau, Milford, Doubtful Sound and southern region. It's 2 hours from Queenstown. So Queenstown's not the place to base yourself if you want to be in Fiordland adventures. You want to come down here and really be nice and close to everywhere you want to go. So much more laid back as well than Queenstown. You feel like you really are in a beautiful part of New Zealand here in Fiordland. Such a stunning day. The water is just like oil. Very deep, up to 1,200 feet deep, I think Pete said, as we were coming over one of the sections here. Quite incredible as we come in closer, seeing the rock formations, the mountains. Where you see a slip and it's got exposed rock face, it takes 100 to 150 years for that rock face to regrow. It's some of the hardest rock. It is a 7 or 8 on the rock scale. But that's part of the fascination of the Fiordland and its formation, is things like that. You just don't realise how long it takes for a bit of life to cling to that rock face and get growing as a bit of mould before some dirt will stick to it, and then a plant seed might land there in the wind. Absolutely phenomenal, beautiful. And imagine that with full water coming down that waterfall. Incredible scenes in winter or rain. In actual fact, it's raining tomorrow, and as beautiful as this is, I bet a trip in the rain would be phenomenal as well. What do you guys reckon? Are we having fun?
Yeah, baby.
We're having fun, baby.
You're going to get pretty close to the rocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's easy, eh?
Depth of the water, colour. It's pristine, clean. It's so see-through in actual fact.
Honestly, feel like I'm somewhere else.
Sheer rock face. Incredible. See down through the water there, how clear that is.
There.
And the rock face is just as sheer going down.
Wow, look at that down there.
And there. Wow.
Fantastic.
Have a look up.
Have a look up, Pete says. I'm going to have to lay down. Yeah. Wow. Cruise Te Anau. Fantastic. Look at the growth on those trees. The mosses. Oh, you go on bushwalks here and the mosses on the trees and the bark is just unbelievable. Oh, see the little birdies.
Like a little island. Oh, cute.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, yes, really
Oh, that'd be a
picturesque.
lovely little swimming hole.
Oh, imagine sitting at the bottom of that, eh?
Lovely, isn't it? Is that sandy beach too?
I know, I've seen that. It's like a little
It
island.
looks like a sandy beach, it's probably white rock. Wow. We're in real place. Turn around, says Bruce.
Thank you.
Wow. What a great experience. Whoa. See it coming up the top of the rocks. Up there. We could just about step off into that waterfall. Incredible. How deep. How deep is it, Pete? Do you know?
That's probably about 30 feet plus down there.
Yeah.
I'll hold your feet and see if you can
Uh,
the bottom.
I don't think I'm tall enough.
We've done the Kepler. Get a photo.
Fortunately, it doesn't start from here.
Start from wherever we say it starts.
Well, this is a beautiful little extra bit on the tour. You get to get off and go for a beautiful walk.
Yeah, they take you to this place and you walk up, track the symbol there for about 800 metres and then you're on the other
Oh, the hidden lake. I think we're going to go to the hidden lake.
Not a very good example, but it's a bush orchid.
A bush orchid.
Easter
That one
orchid.
there. And they start flowering
It's the Easter orchid, so round about late February,
February,
March.
March.
Flowers for about 3 weeks. Beautiful little white bell-shaped flowers, string of them, and it smells like very sweet vanilla.
Oh, beautiful. So we're heading up to the
The
hidden
lakes.
lakes. Let's go.
Yeah, do you want a video?
See if we can find something I took a photo of.
Just some beautiful, beautiful ferns and mosses. And a particularly interesting tiny, tiny mushroom grows here at times. We're not going to see it live, but Pete has a photo. That's incredible, red. It looks like a flower.
And if you go to the stalks, even the stalk's red, that's about a centimetre high.
And that grows, you would have seen them right here,
Right here,
at times.
just in amongst the rocks.
Oh, to keep a sharp eye out. Let's go. They're beautiful. Just a common old fern. Sort of. Common for New Zealand. What are we looking at, guys?
Looking at the bench or slab fungus. There's one down in there just starting to put the spores out. All the brown dust is the spores from it.
Oh. Ah. All sorts of life going on here.
A frog. 2 eyes, but someone's broken his neck.
Oh, yeah. This tree's recently fallen over. A hive of activity in there for the hoo-hoo grubs and all sorts.
Sometimes called the umbrella tree or upside down tree or...
Oh, the lancewood tree.
Lancewood. So that's a juvenile, and they grow about 1 foot or 30 centimetres per year for about 15, 20 years. When they're that age, they're around 15 feet or about 4 metres high, and then they completely change. And the reason they grow like that is so they don't get eaten by the mower. If the leaves on that are quite plasticky, rubbery little spikes, the mower had a very soft palate, so I'd leave them alone. When it gets to about the 20 feet high or 4 or 5 metres, completely changes. If you look up, that's the same tree. Now high enough the mower can't reach it, so it changes to a broadleaf.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
And will form a complete ball or sphere. The trunk won't get much fatter. About 50 years, it's about 2 or 3 inches in diameter. And have you got any Lord of the Rings fans?
We've all seen it all, haven't we?
Well, Gandalf had a pole or a staff in there.
Yes.
That's what it's made from.
Oh, wow, cool.
In the early days, the farmers used to use them as a hill stick because they're very flexible, they don't break. And if you bend them over when they're younger like that, they'll turn and go back up.
So you can shape them.
Shape them in a hook. Guess what? 15 years time, you've got a sheep's crook.
Yeah.
Do that each year, you have a new one. And it's a nice long pole for the South Canterbury farmers on the hill country walking around. Just to prove that I'm not telling too many lies, there's one just changing, just straight in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
He's losing the spiky bit and starting to... Still got some spike and just getting the ball on top. Now, you just seen a kiwi on Stewart Island.
Yep.
Have you ever seen a kiwi on the mainland in the wild?
Nope.
No?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Up in Northland, we went out one night at night time in the bush.
Most New Zealanders haven't seen them,
No.
but we do have a special one in here. Comes out every day. He's Irish. That's the clue. He's just sitting down on the log down there. Can you see him? Down that way.
Oh, I can see him.
You can see him. Yeah, you can usually tell when someone sees him.
Yeah. There we go. He's an Irish kiwi.
Oh,
Fantastic. What's the name of this fern, Pete? Do you know that grows on?
that moss.
Mm.
It's all just called moss, but if you look closely, there's thousands of different little shapes.
Yeah, different varieties, isn't there? So pretty. And there's our kiwi. We've seen a kiwi.
You've seen the Te Anau kiwi.
Beautiful little bridge built in the middle of nowhere just for people like us. Easy peasy. What are these trees, Peter?
Well, this is called a beech forest, and it's not named after a sandy beach. It's named after the beech tree.
Is that a native?
It is a native. It's one of the
It must be to grow so prolifically.
In fact, 90% of all these big trees around us, and the ones we've walked
Been
across
through.
and climbed over that have fallen over the track, are all beech trees. So this particular one is the mountain beech with the small leaf. Predominantly grow on the west coast of the South Island, so Nelson, round the bottom to about Dunedin.
Yeah. And what are the other tree species we might have in Fiordland?
We've got a totra right there,
Well, that's a tiny totra.
and a totra tree.
There'll be some big ones through.
There's some bigger ones around, but we also have some remu, and probably 90–95% in Fiordland.
In this
beech.
particular part.
Well, in all over
region,
Fiordland
yeah.
would be the beech tree, a few remu, and some totra and some rata.
How long do the beech trees live for then? What's there, do you know?
A couple of 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, down to the lake. There's
So you
more of
never come
those
to,
fungi. Steppe mushrooms, did he say? So these are a living organism, and they are on dead trees essentially, and they will suck the last of the life out of them before they end up collapsing into the forest. They don't kill the tree, they just utilise the tree. Okay, they're disappearing. And here, this beautiful, small, what looks like a bush, is a remu tree of some 20 years growth thus far, perhaps.
probably more like about 50 or 70 years.
50 to
growth.
70.
Wow.
Okay, the secret lake must be coming up. Somebody tied this up when it was young. Oh my God, is this serious? Oh, there we go. Is this the lake? Don't fall in it.
So did they just call it Head and Lake, or has it got a lake name?
Collectively, it's all rough and young. We'll get a better view from over the other side.
Better view from over the other side.
See them walking and flying.
How many lakes did you say in here?
13.
13 within what the mountain ranges we were just cruising past on the water. And
Well, from Mount Luxmore just here, out on this peninsula.
wow. Alrighty.
So this would be one of the larger lakes. They range from this size down to reasonably small. There's
Like the
another one
puddle
just-
we walked past.
Sorry?
Like the stream puddle.
It's slightly bigger than that. There's another one just on the other side of the ridge, and they're all scattered through here. They do go up and down the wee stream when it's flooding in it. But I think someone tipped them out on an aeroplane one day.
What sort of fish are
Trout.
Just trout. There must be native fish in here as well.
No, the introduced trout have eaten most of them out.
Oh.
There are some, I believe, way up on the top of the mountains. But very few.
Yeah, it's a bit rich, isn't it? Introduced species taken over.
Yeah.
Good eating though. Good catching.
Yeah.
A celery pine.
It's a tree without leaves.
And what are those then?
They're branches.
Oh.
It's very unusual tree. There's two things about it. It's radial, not spiral. So each level comes up and goes out. And instead of going round, all the branches come out equally. And on the leaves, what they do is, I'll find one there, they split and form a new branch. So that was a leaf. That leaf is now split, like that splitting.
Yeah.
You can get it turned around. And they keep multiplying. And
How big do they grow then?
there's one right there. A bigger one.
Oh, yeah.
Another one right
Right here, yeah.
there. The only other native tree that is radial, I believe, is the Norfolk pine.
That would be, that has that same structure that you're talking about, yeah. Okay, back to the boat, team. I was talking about native fish, and we can see some. Well, that's heartening, until the rainbow trout come along and eat them. Off we go. Oh, so a beautiful 800 odd metre walk, 15 minutes to the lakes and then back to the wee jetty, and we'll continue on with our journey. Fantastic. Heading back to Te Anau. And we've arrived back. What a fantastic trip with Peter, Cruise Te Anau.